Hey everyone, welcome back. My name's Joel, and this is a stable life. So I'm letting the horses in for afternoon feeding, and I just thought that I should record this. I see a few that are down in the hollow. So I'm going to give a yell for them, and hopefully you'll get to see them all come running up. It's pretty neat to watch. Oh my goodness, Falcon. Wherever you were up to your knees. Good Lord. Wasn't that neat to watch? One of these days, I'm gonna get my drone out here, and I'm gonna try to film that when they come in with the drone. It's gonna be pretty spicy. Guys, I have an exciting video planned for you today. It's exciting because I'm actually not gonna be the one that's doing most of the filming. My mom and dad will be taking up the mantle for that today. To give you some background as to what was going on, as you can see, it's currently white and frosty. In the video, it won't be, because this video that they recorded was a little bit ago. Not too long, only about a week ago. And upon looking over the footage, I discovered that he didn't do the intro or the outro. And I thought it would be neat for you guys to see some of the things that they've gotten accomplished on the days that I don't film. Also looks like all the horses are coming in. I'm here for afternoon feeding. Hey boys. Sweet, hey Argento. Hello, hello. Hello, Skywalker. They're all coming up. They all think that I'm here for the food, and I am. So to start, if you remember in a couple of videos ago, we had, my mom and dad were working on this fence, and I think it came out actually beautifully. Looks really nice. It has since sturdied up quite well. Oh, geez, really, really well, which is good. We were able to take the gate panels away, and that thing is concreted in. Oh, wow, that's good. Which is good, because I guarantee you the horses will be rubbing their butts on it, that's for sure. Another thing they got accomplished was actually matting this whole run-in shed. Now, this run-in shed's been here for an extremely long time. In fact, we built this run-in shed when I think I was 4 or 5 years old. Maybe 6, around there was when we first put this run-in shed in. So it was one of the firsts that we built. Of course, with each version we built, we made it better and improved. This version that we put in, the horses use quite frequently, being that it's so close to the barn. They like to stand in here, they get a good view as to what's going on, and they're out of the weather. However, we were having a problem because it was so dusty in here. We put a lot of dirt in here to fill it in, and the dirt never got rained on, and because it was never rained on, it became dusty. So when it was muddy outside, or when it gets cold outside, the horses will come in here because it's so dry and dusty, and they'll roll. Horses, if you didn't know, actually love to get down on the ground, and they will flip themselves back and forth on their back. They'll put their hooves up in the air, they itch their back, they cover themselves in dirt. Their owners absolutely love it when they do that. That was a joke, actually. You can always tell when an owner's here and you're letting the horses in, and their horse comes up and it's covered in mud or dirt, and you just see that smile on their face. Just, oh, that's going to be a lot of work. It always makes me laugh, because the horse is just like, what? Everything's fine. So in the video, you'll actually get to see them installing this. And there's one other gem that actually they put together. And as a matter of fact, my mom and Gavin did that. Back when my mom first started this stable, she did most of the work, if not all of it, by herself. And what's nice is, as she's gotten older and as I've gotten older, we're all able to take up different positions and help in whatever way we can to further the family business. And so it has made less work for my mom and has made things more balanced. And now with Gavin down and helping out with the horses, things are even better. So you'll notice that all of our stables have these nice bars that are separating the horses from one stall to another. Now, these bars, believe it or not, weren't actually always here. Originally, it was similar to what you see here. This is called cattle panel. And we only use it to prevent a horse from being able to stick their head through. If you own horses, do not use cattle panel as fencing. As you can see, their hooves can go right through these holes. You can imagine what can happen if a horse is pawing on a fence, their hoof goes through the fence, and now they freak out and try to pull their hoof back. Personally, I have never seen it happen, but I have heard stories, and it is gruesome. So this is a stall that's currently not being rented. We are doing some construction on it to get it up and in condition for it to be rented out. And this was one of the last stalls that actually didn't have bars up. It was cattle panel that was separating them. Now, being that it was high up, there was no chances of them putting their hooves through, so it was safe to have cattle panel there, but it just doesn't look as nice as the bars do. So my mom and Gavin installed this, and sadly, I was busy moving manure, so I was not able to record it. But one of these days, if we're putting up a new section of bars, you could see right here is a perfect idea of what I was saying between. It's just something you could put up very quickly to separate the stalls, but it doesn't look as nice as the bars do. So this whole section here does not have the bars up. And this section, as you can see, every stall does have the bars up. So this was the last stall for this section to get the bars put in. I imagine next we're going to be moving over that way and then working that way. So one of these days I'll be sure to get this on film because it's quite interesting. It's not as easy to install as you'd imagine. But there you go. Doesn't that look nice? Alrighty, guys. Enough of me talking. I'm going to pass things on over to my dad. Off to you, Dad.
Hey, everybody. So, how to start. Hey, everybody. So today is Thursday. Joel has the day off from the stable, so he gave me the camera because we have a little bit of work to do here today. So first let me apologize. I am not a camera person, and I have no idea what I'm doing here, so bear with me. Just to let you know what we're doing today, we're putting mats down. We have these mats that we purchased, these stall mats right here. We're going to be putting these in for the running sheds and a few of the stalls. So what we got to do is cut those. Let me see if I can flip this thing around. So these are the stall mats that we're going to be putting in. We got to take those from that pile, and we have this run in over here. So what we've got to do is level the ground out in here and put the stall mats down. So we got to cut these to fit and get the ground leveled out. The problem we're having is the horses are going into the run-in here and they are rolling. And we want to prevent them from rolling inside the run-in. So we're going to put the stall mats down, and that way there's no injuries that are occurring inside the run-in. So we're going to get to work with that. And of course I have the lovely assistance of the missus. Right there she is. And we've got the dog. Leia. Psst. Hey, how are things? Good? Oh, yes, good. Before we got started, a little problem that we noticed is maybe the water bowl is overflowing, so we're going to take a look at that real quick. The horses have not been fed yet. Today is Thursday. Gavin usually is feeding on Thursday, but he's not here yet, so we're just going to check on the water bowl here. Yeah, it looks like it's leaking out. The plug is underneath that cap. I wonder if we need to pull the plug out. And
I will allow you to do that.
Is there a rock in there?
Yeah, that's so the float don't flip backwards.
Oh, look at that. Farmer engineering. All right, so we're gonna pull the plug out, drain the water. Might as well clean it while we're doing it, and that way they have fresh, clean drinking water. That'll stop that from draining out there. Always fixing something. Okay, so we got this all cleaned out, both sides, and it is filling up inside there. There's the float, and just like Joel was explaining earlier, it acts just like kind of a toilet bowl setup. The float goes up, shuts the water off right here. So as the horses drink, the water goes down, the float goes down, the water comes back in. And this is the water line right here. And this has a heat tape on it so that it stays warm. Plus this is insulated, this box. So in the wintertime, when it gets cold, this stays pretty warm in here actually. You can come out here and you'll see steam coming off of it because it's keeping it above freezing. So that problem's all fixed. Now we'll move on to the original project. Alright, so we're going to get started cleaning all this stuff up here. We got to scrape all this out, get to the hard ground on the bottom. I have a pick here, so I'll have to dig some of this up, level it out the best we can before we start putting the mats down. think the easier way of doing this would be to borrow my son's tractor with a bucket in it. And I am not shoveling this out by hand. So the goal here is to work smarter, not harder. Gavin! Look who showed up.
Hi.
Okay, so I think as far as leveling the ground goes, did a pretty good job of that. We got it leveled out pretty good. This was the low spot. We got that. We got this filled. We took ground from up here. We used a pick, got that all dug out, and we moved it down to the bottom end. So I think that looks pretty good. I mean, I can tell there's a couple of high spots here and there, but it's a run-in. This is not going to be on Better Homes and Gardens, so I think we're all right. And as far as work goes, whew, that was a workout. You know, it makes me wonder, why are farmers a little on the porky side? So technically Lefty's supposed to be recording today, but since he's not, he's missing out on our breakfast with the family. So I guess what we're having. We're having waffles, and we're having bacon, and we're having all kinds of little toppings. What do we got here? This is blueberry. Homemade blueberry sauce, and this is very berry and strawberry, right? Strawberry sauce, all homemade. That looks still, and homemade whipped cream. We have maple syrup. We got sausage, and the rest of the family here. Even Gavin's here. Guess who's not here? Who's not here?
Who's never here? Lefty and Matt.
Okay, so here we are putting the mats down. Now we're at the point where we have to cut for inside here. 3'2", they're 6 foot, 3'4". So obviously it's not going to be straight, so we have to cut off the mat. We have our line right there, and we're gonna run a straight line down to here. We're gonna cut this piece off. Now, we've watched a lot of YouTube videos about how to do this, and all the YouTube videos that we've watched, everybody's always saying the best way to cut stall mats is with just a utility knife. Well, we're going to find out if that's true or if that cuts better. So we'll answer that question once and for all today. We should time this to see just exactly how long is this going to take to do this, because I already am using exerting a lot more energy to do this than I would be with a Sawzall. Time! Okay, so now we're gonna do the utility knife, which I gotta say, after we found out that if you hold the edge and you pull, one person's pulling while you're cutting it, rips it right off. So now we're gonna use the Sawzall. We're gonna see if it's faster. What do you think?
What's the expression? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other?
I agree. Seems that they both work better when you got two people. You use less energy with the Sawzall, but it seems to take about the same amount of time.
I think the utility knife has a nicer
Edge on it.
edge.
This is a little bit more of a jagged kind of a cut with it. So I'd say for a clean cut, utility knife would probably work better. A little more energy, cleaner cut. Less energy, not so clean of a cut. There's your pros and your cons, you decide.
Why isn't Joel doing this?
His day off.
You don't get a day off. How come he gets a day off? How come he gets a day off?
Last one.
Last piece.
No.
A little low spot right there, but we'll fix that. I guess that's a run-in. It's not in Better Homes or Gardens. There's a couple high spots here and there, but for a run-in to prevent the horses from rolling in here, this is going to be perfect. And it's going to pack down a little bit too. We'll put some sand in here just to get rid of the humps and stuff inside of it.
Hey guys, what's up? I was told you guys were playing, but you're not playing anymore. Oh jeez, I scared him away. My foot slipped in the mud. Come back, I'm sorry. That's the culprit. Made me slip and scared him away. Oh hey, there's a chicken over there.
Here we have the wild donkeys, Buster and Rocky. Hey guys, how are? Oop! You don't like me leaning down? Would you rather me stand up? Okay. These guys don't know me very well.
Hi guys.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey guys, you Buster and Rocky.
Did you guys enjoy being with my dad for a little bit? I certainly hope that you did. You'll have to let both him and I know down in the comments below if you guys enjoyed that and if you want to see more content with him filming. Well guys, that is going to be where we're going to be ending the video for today. Don't forget to leave a like, and if you haven't, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, Rebel. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Stop. You're being something else.